Oh,
Oh,
we're
darn, I
live?
forgot
Wow,
these.
so sudden.
Hello.
This
Yes,
is all
hello,
happening
everyone.
so fast.
Hello, everyone.
Season
Surprise,
8,
surprise.
Season 9 is here, guys? No, it's just some more
No,
shorts.
no.
Yeah!
Dang it, Hasbro, you tease.
All right,
You
so
lied to us.
just like the last 3 we went through, we're just going to go through these one by one, I suppose. We were off with Rarity's biggest fan. What did you guys think of that one?
It was okay.
Good.
I liked it.
I liked it.
It was like classic Rarity, honestly. You know, stuck up and very vain, and I enjoyed it.
So this
Yeah,
one was
he's-
all about Rarity wanting a flowing mane like Celestia and Luna. So, I mean, that's a pretty simple and solid premise, I'd say, but I don't know. It felt weird how short it was in this one.
I mean, thank goodness it's not 22 minutes of that.
Well, no, I feel like it
Yeah.
could have been 22 minutes, maybe if there was some journey involved or, I don't know, some rumor, something.
Pocket Celestia.
No.
What? Really? No,
Would be
she hints at it being like a
Secret.
secret. I could see her like going pony to pony looking for the answers to this secret. I could see this being a full-length episode.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree
I
because
cannot. I do
because
not.
it's such a delayed plot. They would be wasting so much time with filler that I'm glad that this is short.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you
and
know
it was
what I
written
think?
to be a short.
You know what I think? Maybe it could be like it would be a good premise for like a season 1 or 2 short where like she sees Celestia and Luna, and like she wants to be like them, like back before she had the counterlap chic and stuff.
Yeah, it's a simple premise that you could apply almost anything to, I guess, is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So the conclusion here is that she just has Spike fly above her to make her
Yep.
like okay.
Slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering when someone's gonna make that joke.
That's not slavery. He wants to. So it's not slavery, it's manipulation.
Same thing,
Of course.
basically.
Same thing, yeah.
All right.
The
So
difference is within manipulation, you think
yeah.
you're choosing to do it.
Is this the first time we heard Aloe's name confirmed or no?
Who?
No,
I think we've
I
heard
think
it
it
before.
is. I don't think I've
I
ever
think
heard it.
back at the spa episode with Raymond Ashton
Okay.
and what you call it? Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to apologize to viewers. I didn't realize that it was all 720p. That's why there's this big white border around the screenshots. But whatever. Moving on.
Doesn't matter. Who cares about quality?
Yeah. I got actually some notes here. So Twilight, you know, they specify they spent a big chunk of the short to clarify that Twilight doesn't want to change her main style. I wonder if that was just kind of like you know, some chatter, some filler for the short, or if like I don't know, there's something to that. Is Twilight ever going to change her main up? Like, didn't she?
I mean, it.
Wasn't there a couple
I
gags in the
really
past
hope
of that?
there isn't.
I
Yeah,
know,
there
there was
has
when
been.
there was when she got all the magic from all the Ail-icorns and her mane just started flowing. For,
Oh
like,
yeah, she had the
moment.
flowing mane. I meant to bring that up too. Weren't there other instances of flowing manes? Wasn't there a?
There was also Mist Mane.
yes,
Mist
Miss
got
Mane.
flowing
That's
hair.
that's who I was thinking of. Thank you.
And now Rarity. That's amazing.
No, Rarity doesn't count.
It's
She cheated.
amazing.
Why not?
Although to be honest, I don't see why. Here, this screenshot. Why wouldn't it work for her just to move it with her own magic? She's pretty talented with her levitation. She could just do that.
Maybe she
Because-
wanted the spell to do it permanently. Probably.
Yeah.
More than just Spike flying above her.
Permanently?
That's not permanently.
just wait until Spike starves. We should be good then.
So they do clarify. Twilight actually says Princess Celestia and Luna are the only ones with manes like that, and I thought that was I don't know about that because Twilight, you've had your mane like that, and also like Jessica just mentioned, Mist Mane. I don't I don't know if that statement's perfectly accurate.
Agree to disagree. It's just basically digging into the other seasons, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying
So
to find out about it. So
yeah, again, a pretty simple short. The premise is just that Rarity wants her mane, and then we get a few different montages. And what's funny is the one with Starlight. Hold on, when Starlight comes in, she just kind of appears, does a spell, and then leaves. Like the way she was silent and we never hear from Starlight. The way it was so quick and rushed, obviously.
Yeah, it kind
You
of
know-
reminded me of that episode. It isn't the main thing about you when
know, I was gonna
Starlight
say-
and Twilight get her hair.
You know, it reminds me of a Forga Lorga animation. All the silent characters just kind of doing things in a montage setting. That's what it made me think of. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. You guys? Anything else?
Emergency broadcast is going on right now, apparently.
Uh-oh. Don't die.
What's going on apparently?
Dragons.
I think it's just a
Dragon-
test.
dragons just flying around and blowing everyone's mains.
So if
That's
nobody,
the emergency.
if nobody has any other thoughts, I guess we can jump right into ratings because again, we do have 3 other shorts to go through.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get this quick. We don't want this review to be longer than
No,
the
but
actual
no,
thing we're reviewing.
I do want to give everyone some time to talk about the shorts. Like, did anybody? I don't know.
There isn't much to talk about though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's part of the
Yeah,
problem.
let's just go. Just go. Individual
Alright.
reviews.
Let's
Go.
jump into ratings and reviews. Draconite, give us your thoughts and rating
All right, so
out of 10.
honestly, all that I thought about it was that like it was classic Rarity. So I think, of course, I feel that all the shorts had good characterization, but yeah, I think that this one was just good characterization. I liked it. It was short and sweet. There wasn't really much plot going on, and I think it was good, like a 9 out of 10.
Wow, 9 out of 10.
Just-
All right,
Wow.
I just enjoyed it. Yeah.
cool. All right, Hojo, what did you think?
Well, aside from the manipulation, I actually really did enjoy this because it's made to be a short, unlike some of the few previous ones that felt like they could have been full episodes and everything, and they were kind of rushed. This felt like it was made to be a short, and that's pretty much my conclusion. 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. All right, wow, pretty high
Nice.
ratings. Jessica, you're next. What'd you think?
When I first saw this short, I originally thought to myself, "Oh, this seems. Is it me, or is this just more enjoyable watching it as a short than as a 22-minute episode?" But from what it's worth, it was an alright short. Rarity just getting her mane to move. I'm sure lots of ponies want their manes like that. But yeah, this was an alright short, so I'm gonna give this probably a 7 out of 10.
All right, sounds good. I'm next, but I'll give mine. Well, actually, I don't have to now because we're doing so many shorts. I don't have to wrap things up at the end. But anyway, we'll jump to
Yeah.
Magma Master. What did you think?
Well, it had it had few decent Rarity moments, but not really anything outstanding or whatever in terms of visual jokes or so. So I say it was okay. I'm giving it a 4.5.
4.5. All right. Try. What did you think?
Okay. I'm gonna have to confess to a bias. I don't like Rarity, so
Ooh.
Either, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed the characterization.
yeah.
I like Rarity. If I didn't like her, I probably would have given it a 4.
But yeah, as a short, it's all right. Glad it's not an episode. Personally, it's a kind of a little tiny bit underwhelming, but for what it is, it's all right. Wouldn't say it's memorable, but it's all right. I'll give it a 5.
All right. 5 from Try. Turtle Pain, by the way, welcome. You joined a little bit later, but what'd you think?
I did actually. Which short are we on? I actually don't know.
The Rarity's
one.
biggest fan one.
Actually, I don't think I got to see that one. I actually missed that one, so I'm gonna have to say NA, not applicable.
What are you doing here? Why-
Give it a 0 to
All
even
right.
Give
out
it a
the
12.
scale.
0. It was so unwatchable.
You're gonna break
Give
our
it a
rating system.
fabulous out of 10.
All right, just
All right, I suppose I'll go ahead. I kind of already gave most of my thoughts, but again, just a very simple short. Like, there's nothing really offensive here. I mean, some people would like to get bothered and upset about, oh, Spike is being manipulated. I mentioned that as a joke. I don't really care about that. But yeah,
No
it
one
just
cares.
kind of
No one cares about
it
Spike.
just-
Damn it, you beat me to it.
it just kind of falls back on like a very simple montage. Like, oh, she tries different things and then she finds one that's kind of humorous at the end. I wasn't, no pun intended, but I wasn't a big fan of this short.
Hey,
Hey!
Hey.
So my rating system is kind of like 10 is like, oh wow, best thing ever. 1 is like, that was horrible and makes me hate the show even more. Like it affects my views on the franchise. It would be a 1.
even more.
So
you
in the middle is like a
already hate
5. A 5 is just kind of like a nothing kind of meh. It happened. Don't really care. Don't really hate it or love it. So for this one, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I gave it.
That's fair.
All right. So our
That was
average. Do we need a drum roll? Let's calculate our average here. There's our drum roll. So the average rating for this short, Rarity's biggest fan, is a 6.5 out of 10 for our group.
That's fair.
That's fair.
A little lower than compared to
What,
some of our
how can you
episodes.
say that's fair, Total? You haven't watched it.
All right.
That's a
what's
fair
next?
rating for a short.
Oh, up next is the sick Twilight one. Ail-icorn? Am I saying that right?
Oh, I like that. I was saying it as like a little corn, but now that I
I'm
read
not-
it, it's more
No, yeah.
Holy-
What is it?
Ail-icorn. Oh, it's like she's ill.
Ill or ale? Like an
Ale.
ailment or something?
Yeah, like ale.
I honestly
Ale.
don't know.
Ail-icorn.
All right.
All that ails you.
So this one was weird, and I want to point out that most of the shorts on YouTube, again, these are all on YouTube for anybody who doesn't know what these are. They all have like 100,000 to like 300,000 views. This one has over 2 million views.
Whew, that's the one that I saw early on because it was just recommended.
You know why it has over 2 million views? Because this is the thumbnail, and kids love this weird, grotesque medical stuff. I don't know. It's the Elsa Gate problem.
I mean, there are like many thumbnails of syringes. Yeah.
Yeah, that screenshot.
There are like so many quote unquote family friendly thumbnails which deals with like poop or syringes. I don't know why kids are into syringes, but
again, it's that taboo medical stuff that kids are attracted to. I mean, it's kind of a tangent. It doesn't really affect this episode. I don't think they made this short. I said episode. I don't think they made this short to like target that market. But I fear if they see all this attention, that weird, I don't know what you want to call it, taboo, weird medical stuff gets, maybe they're going to start making pony shorts and other shorts just to target that twisted child demographic. Who knows?
I mean, they were supposed to be for kids, and now here we are.
Can't wait. I can't wait for Twilight Sparkle to rescue Elsa and Spider-Man from
think about it. It's Hasbro. They have other Hasbro brands like Transformers or something. I don't know. They could figure something out there.
That Rarity thing is just the hoof thing is very, very
I don't know what is up with that. Were they actually like wheels or something? Like, did she slide on
them?
I
don't know.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to be.
They're supposed to be like roller skates.
She stands on them like they're wheels and like slips on them.
So can we talk about for a second why did any? Well, first of all, they all had weird poison joke like things happen to them. But my question is why? Like, it just happens.
Magic.
No,
magic.
Yeah, they don't explain it.
Magic.
Yeah, it was just weird, unexplained.
Because magic.
The explanation is Twilight is sick and her illness.
So Twilight is officially a god.
So is it maybe like the first thing that pops in Twilight's mind subconsciously occurs to whoever's affected or something? Like
I don't know how she ran that.
But honestly, I think out of all the shorts,
this is the worst.
The premise has allowed them to be more creative than the others.
Exactly.
I mean, Rainbow Dash speaking in sound effects.
I did enjoy that.
I did enjoy the Police Academy reference.
And we even got Fluttershy even said, "I don't speak sound effects." So like sound effects were canon.
Yep.
Well, so just going through the list, we got Rarity with her weird wheel things. Fluttershy was just cold. Applejack was flying uncontrollably, and Rainbow Dash's sound effects, of course. And then the big finale is Twilight turns into a baby. You can't get any more YouTube kids than this.
That's just more. And when she turns into a baby, her wings aren't huge. They're like regular sized wings.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like this was proposed as a 22-minute episode.
Yes.
And they rejected it, but they're like, you know what, we still kind of like it.
Well, that's the thing. It feels like a lot of these shorts are just rejected episodes.
Yeah.
This one felt really shortened to the point where it wasn't very good.
It's like it could have been an episode. It's one of those things where it could have been an episode.
Well, the thing is,
I feel like the writers went with it out of spite. They were like, "How dare you reject this one? This one was brilliant."
If we did see this as a full episode, it would just be a rehash of the Poison Joke episode we had seasons ago.
We've got plenty of rehashes. Don't give me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cupcake Leaf on here.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, that's basically a rejected story from one of the main writers of the story. Is that he made his first episode? He made Pinkie Pie find a cupcake leaf, and then she just went crazy with it.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Cupcake leaf?
Okay, I didn't know that that was public or not. He always talks about it at BronyCon.
Oh.
Well, okay then.
I don't know.
All right.
It's like, well, the writers, like, for Pete's sake.
Well, moving on. I wonder. I like how the Zecora has her own little label and her own little. What I'm guessing is like a price tag. Like, does she sell this stuff on like?
I refer to it as like a brand.
Yeah.
Is this like illegal supplements or something?
No, they're legal. They're legal supplements.
It's essential oils.
Oh no!
Zecora is in a multi-level marketing scheme.
Oh, I want to see someone Photoshop that now, where Zecora's face is on essential oils.
Oh no! All right. So, any other thoughts before we jump into ratings?
No, let's get to ratings.
Ratings.
Let's fly right through these. All right, go ahead, Draken. What did you think?
I just found it really weird and just too short. It was not explained. I just really wasn't a fan of it. I mean, the one thing that I found funny was just the effects and like Fluttershy being frozen, Rainbow Dash just her annoying mouth just being replaced by an air horn. But yeah, besides that, it just felt too short, too weird. I would give it a 6.
All right, 6 from Draconite. Who's next? Tojo, what'd you think?
Besides the Police Academy reference, I didn't like this short. It's just like if effects wore off gradually, that would be probably better because all of a sudden oh man, she's cured, but what about her friends? Like, oh nope, they're cured as well. It's like, how? But yeah, I didn't like this episode, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
Ooh, all right, 4 from Hojo. Jessica, what'd you
Episode.
think? Oh, did you say
I think
episode?
that-
I was saying episode 2.
Short.
No, let's just say episodes. Come on.
Yeah, come on, it's the same thing.
It's the same quality. Come on.
Short episode. Shepisode.
All right, go ahead,
Episode.
Jessica.
Right, shots fired.
I feel like I'm the first person to say this. I liked this short. I think I liked it more than the other ones. But
Burn the heretic.
I thought it was funny. I thought when they were affected by the magic, it was funny, especially Rainbow Dash getting sound effect noises. Because let's face it, she sounds so much better with sound effects. Am I right?
Edit that episode,
I feel like we should explain you're the resident Dash hater, right?
Make it all beeps.
That's
We
to
should-
me.
Make it all beeps. Just beep beep every time she speaks.
But serious, like everything else was fine for me, especially in the end when Twilight turns into a baby and hearing Tara Strong play a baby. I mean, how long has it been since she played a baby? It's been
Probably about
a
3
while.
days.
But seriously, it's nice to hear that again. Just seeing Twilight as a baby, and just this entire short was, yeah, it was quick. It didn't explain much, but I mean, I didn't mind it as much. So yeah, I liked it. I think I liked it more than the first short. I don't know if I liked it more than the other ones, but I would probably give this one probably like an 8.
All right.
8.
Okay.
All right, we've got an 8 out of 10 from Jessica. Magma, what'd you think?
Well, I think you're all wrong.
Wait,
just
how?
Kidding. Just kidding. But
Wait, what?
something. One criticism I don't really get is that it wasn't explained. I mean, she's sick, and sneezes chaotic magic. What explanation is needed there?
How did she get
I
sick?
don't see a problem there.
How did she get
What
sick?
does it matter?
It just happens. People just get sick out of nowhere. I got sick out of nowhere at the beginning of this week.
It's contagious.
Don't you sneeze on me. I don't want to speak sound effect.
Yeah.
Chill.
Sneeze on me. I want roller skates.
Anyway,
God bless your soul.
anyway, this was more entertaining than the previous one. Cause it was more creative because of the premise. The premise allowed them to be more creative. So because of that, I liked it more since it was more diverse in its ideas. So overall, I'm just gonna give it a 6.5.
All right, 6.5. Trot, what'd you think?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say that I actually kind of like this, this short. Yeah, I know, it's heresy, but hear me.
Some heretic.
Okay, so I will agree that this definitely shouldn't be a short because there were just too many ideas all in one. I mean, I don't mind that, but it's just that it was too short for them to expand on those ideas. Like everything is, I just really love it when the when the writers get creative and that they implement all these crazy stuff. And I actually kind of like the ending because it kind of subverted my expectations a little bit. I did not expect Twilight to turn into a baby like that. They could have done something else, but it subverted my expectations in a way. So I kind of got to appreciate that a little bit. But yeah, I still got some problems with it, but overall I give it a 7, 6. Give it 6.
Well, you gotta pick one.
6.
6?
6. 6.
All right, 6 from Trot. Turtle Pan, did you see this one?
Yes, I did actually see this one.
Great.
Okay, so Turtle Pain thinks I liked the ideas, like like people said before, it was creative, and they did a lot with what they could have, like every different illness that reaffected everyone was, it was neat and it was fun. But I have to say, thank God it was a short, because I feel like this would have gotten really old really quickly if we had to deal with it for 20 minutes. It is really creative to let them get sick and like see how they interact with each other and all that stuff. But I think that they reached the extent of everything they could have within this short. And so I will say the short was weirdly entertaining, because it did remind me of like the YouTube shorts kind of things. But overall, I wasn't entertained for very long with it. So I'm glad it was a short, but I'm gonna give it like a 4.
Ooh, all right, a 4.
Okay.
All right, I suppose it's my turn. I mean, I'm like torn because I can't really compare this to an episode, but at the same time, there are so many similarities to draw from. Like, again, Poison Joke, that's the obvious one. Again, I kind of feel like this one could work as a full episode, even if it was a rehash of Poison Joke. Some people complain about, like, oh, we did this back in season whatever, but I'm actually not against the idea of introducing new ideas. Like, remember they brought back Flutter Guy? I thought that was a fun idea. So stuff like that I'm all for. But here in this short, where they just compress it all into like less than 3 minutes or so, it just feels simple. There's no nuance. There's no depth to it. There's no. They kind of hint at some lore with the magic, but they don't really actually purposefully explore that. So just because it's so simple, obviously targeting little kids, I can't say I was really a fan of it. My rating is going to be a. Oh, really, really quick. I want to go through the instant cure thing when they all get cured as soon as Twilight does. That does imply some lore there, that the magic is always tied back to Twilight, even after it leaves her and infects them or whatever you want to call it. So I thought that was interesting. True. And we kind of seen something like that in the past with magical battles. Once you defeat the villain, obviously everything they did becomes undone, that sort of thing. And then the end, when Twilight turns into a baby. And this is like, everyone was commenting about this. I saw a couple videos, analysis people talking about it. Like, make the whole episode about that. I want to see, like, Spike caring for Twilight as a baby. That could work as an episode.
I would like that too much.
Figuring out a solution,
Especially if he caused it somehow and he's trying to hide it from everyone. Oh, Twilight's away today. I'm just, I'm taking care of her responsibilities for the day. And
I'm taking care of her royal duties.
That could be a classic Spike episode right there. Maybe they're going to do that in season 9. Who knows? But
actually could have been. Yeah.
But just I guess I'm saying this as a complaint, just the way they tease you with it, and it's like a few seconds at the end of this really short. It's like, wait, what? No, I want to see more of that. Where are you going? Come back. But yeah, so again, all that combined, again, kind of negative review here, but I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10, just because I don't feel like it works great as a short. But anyway, what's next?
Just let me make a minor complaint here. Why are all of these 3 minutes? They could make it like 5 minutes, and they could add so much more.
It costs more. Animation's expensive.
A short.
Animation costs money, yo.
Yeah. All right. So next up is Teacher of the Month. This is basically a shorter version of the episode we had, isn't it?
This is better.
This is way
better.
I was gonna say worse, but okay.
It's worse.
Really?
I think it's better.
Really, I feel like there's not much to say with a topic like this. So just making it as condensed as they did works.
So yeah, let me really quickly explain like what the episode, the premise here is just Fluttershy keeps getting Teacher of the Month. Applejack and Rainbow Dash want it, and so we get like a montage. She keeps getting it like by accident, sort of, but not really. Like, oh, it's time to clean up. Oh man, but we'll do it in a fun way. Yay! And they just repeat that joke like 5 times or over and over and over.
That is the joke. That is the episode. And
it's
then
like
the punchline of the short is basically how we see that play out in real time.
Well, well, the punchline is actually they do the same thing. And they're like, oh, thanks, Fluttershy, for giving us this idea. And they're like, oh, that was her idea? We vote for her again. Like, okay.
Basically.
Yeah. Like I said, the punchline is like seeing her accidentally get Teacher of the Month.
It really feels like most of these all these shorts are written for like 5-year-olds. It's like G4 point. It's 3.5.
It's almost like the show's made for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
This show is a children's show.
Hey, no, you can't. No. I'm gonna go on a rant here. You can't use that excuse.
That they're writing it for us. We've seen.
No, it's not even about being written for us. It's about written to be quality that anybody can enjoy, whether it's parents with their kids or just kids or us bronies. That's kind of always been what makes the show so great, and it's why we're here, because we can enjoy the show like that. But if all episodes were written like these shorts were written, there wouldn't be a brony community at all. It just wouldn't exist.
yeah,
But
but these are shorts. They're not episodes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and
that
this
gives
is
it a
all-
pass.
hey, Little Shy, this is a lot better than you. Why? The reason why this is a lot better than the episode where they did this is because of how condensed it is, and the fact that they're rehashing the idea that she actually keeps getting it year after year, month after month after month.
I think there was at HarmonyCon, Big Jim was talking about something interesting I think applies here. He said he actually kind of appreciates and understands when fans, like myself, get mad at an episode or something, because he'd rather have people get mad at something than experience apathy, because apathy, just not caring about it, is the worst kind of criticism there is. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, as quote-unquote mad as I would get at the episode that did this premise, I have nothing but apathy
rather
for
you
this
be
short.
mad at him than not care.
What?
This episode really had the most apathy in me out of all of them.
Like this one was
Same.
completely non-offensive, very simple premise, no laugh out loud jokes. It just sort of happens, nothing really special here. And I think that's worse than actually getting an episode that kind of riles people up. And oh, they're out of character. I don't like how they behave. Like that sort of episode, I think, is more entertaining than something like this, in my opinion.
Well, look at the bright side. The school's been open for 17 months.
Oh yeah, so actually we do have a count now. Is that how that works?
No,
Yep.
months are just weeks. They just mean teacher of the week.
Is that who knows? I don't think we ever confirmed exactly how time works in Equestria. It could be a little bit different.
Because, like-
we do know that they do measure by day-night cycle.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Celestia might take a few breaks every now and then. Like,
The
I
thing
don't
is, though-
feel like raising the sun today.
Like, we don't know if a day-night cycle is a set amount of time. Like, are days longer in the winter? No, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's just-
Or
Yeah,
maybe,
next year.
or maybe, if you're
1,000 moons
thinking
a week.
about its time structure, you're reading too much into it.
Shut
Yeah.
up! I
No,
wanna know
again, I
about-
disagree. I
This is our
disagree. This
job.
show has always had in-depth lore. It's just enough for us to draw our own conclusions, and also enough to be a solid
Yeah.
foundation on its own. It's kind of a good mixture.
I remember there was no solid knowledge on like when Luna was banished for 1,000 moons, like exactly what a moon was. It could
I
be
thought-
28 days.
I thought they said 1,000 years.
No, they say
1,000
moons.
moons.
It's a
Oh.
1,000 moons.
Oh,
1,000
okay.
moons,
yeah.
yeah.
Huh. I didn't catch that then.
The stars will aid in her escape.
But I think Lullaby for a Princess, they said years, I think.
Maybe
Maybe.
maybe that's
I
what I'm
think
getting
it
from.
slipped up.
Well,
but
well,
I know the
well,
pilot
if we're
episode
gonna
was
accept fan work as canon, then sure, okay. Let me just write an essay on
Hey,
how
it hasn't stopped
Cupcakes
us in
is
the
canon. Give me a
past.
sec.
Yep.
Let me just write an essay on how cupcakes should be.
All right.
canon.
Anyway, I think we about covered this short. Any
Yeah.
last remarks?
Not really.
What were we talking about again?
Yeah, some short. Something
Teacher of the
happened.
month.
Yeah, okay.
Teacher of the month.
We're
Okay.
debating on how
I legit forgot.
All right. Let's
Throw
all right.
numbers
Draconite,
out.
you want to lead us in ratings reviews?
Yes. I would, if I could, I would give it a 15 out of 10
Whoa.
because Fluttershy is adorable.
Very good reason.
I mean, honestly, I just really liked it. I mean, I'm extremely biased because Fluttershy is by far my favorite, but like she was so sweet, and then like just it was a nice explanation as to how she was teacher of the month every time, and I just had a good time watching it, and that's my criteria for my rating. So I would give it a 10 out of 10. It was just
Alright.
really nice.
Great.
awesome.
I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10 just to even this out.
No. Give your own
joking,
personal
just
ratings.
joking, just
No
joking.
evening
I'm
stuff
just
out.
joking. Bro, I'm just joking. Come on.
I know. I'm just saying for the record. All right, Hojo, it's your turn.
All right, I think it's a lot better than the episode where they did it because the montage they did in the episode where they did this was horrible. It was a bad episode.
Yeah.
But here they did it actually pretty good, and they did it in 3 minutes, so that was pretty good. 8.5 out of 10.
Wow. All right. You guys are gonna hate my rating.
You're
Yes,
gonna hate
we
mine
are.
too.
All right. Jessica, you're next.
If I were to prefer this, if I were to choose this short or the episode, I would definitely choose this short. At least there's no fighting in this one. That makes me want
True.
to pull my hair out in anger. Still, it has Rainbow Dash and Applejack, which didn't make me feel better. But you know, it's about how Fluttershy is the best at everything.
Yeah.
That makes. But seriously though, this episode was okay. I mean, I like seeing Fluttershy be Teacher of the Month as always because she's the best teacher. But this was an alright short. Really, I thought it was fine. Good. Just good. I'd probably give it a 6.
All right. 6 from Jessica. Magma, what'd you think?
It was boring I mean, we've already gotten into what's not too interesting, and yeah, I can't really give it more than just a 4, and that's
Alright.
being generous.
All right. Well, try. What do you think?
Okay, let me just say for the record that this entire premise is stupid. Okay? And just because one is better than the other doesn't warrant it an 8. So,
Yes.
yeah, this was, let me just say it's boring. It's not exactly the, how do I put this into words? Like, it's the same joke over and over again. And it was predictable, even for this show standards. It was predictable. It wasn't very good. I give it a 3.
Ooh, all right.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. No, I really don't like that. I didn't really
Like,
like
did it personally offend you? Like, you were really bothered by it?
Oh no, I didn't. No, well, I mean, I'm just very harsh with this sort of stuff because, like, yeah, I just didn't like it. Also, I don't like Rainbow Dash and Applejack, so there you go. There's my bias for you. and I don't really like Fluttershy either. So yeah, there's that too.
Are there any ponies you like? No.
Yes, I actually like Starlight. I like Starlight Glimmer. I like Twilight Sparkle. I like myself.
Why do you even watch
All
this
right,
show?
all right. Let's move on.
I'm forced to watch the show because of this. I would have stopped a long time ago. Believe me.
We're dragging you back in. All right. Anyway, it's
Exactly.
Turtle. Go ahead, Turtle.
Yay, Turtle. Okay, so again, this one, I feel like I definitely like that this one was again condensed. Like really the only one I didn't like was the sick one. But like this one, I liked that it was condensed down because there's not much I feel like you could do with this, and I like how the punchline kind of they reiterated it was kind of rules of threes feeling-y. Where like they introduced like, oh well, why does Fluttershy always look like this in every single picture? Oh, it's because she gets it accidentally. Well, how can she always accidentally have her picture taken the same way? And they explain, well, it's happened this way, it happened this way, and then at the end of the episode, we get the like the final beat of like, oh, hey, this was a great idea. How'd you guys come up with it? Actually, Fluttershy came up with it. Wait, what? And then picture. And so I like how short and sweet it was. It kept my attention. It was just short fun, which I think is what a short should be. And I'm really glad they didn't make it any longer than it really had to be. But that said, it's not that clever of an idea. It's not that like really nuanced or creative. It's pretty simple. So I'm gonna go kind of middle of the road. I'm gonna say it's like a 6.
All right.
So like I enjoyed it, but it's not like amazing.
All right. I think I'm going to interrupt briefly. I think I owe us all an apology. Did we skip over the sick one's average rating?
Oh,
Yeah.
did we?
So I remember hearing it.
What was the
Okay.
rating?
I was gonna ask that.
Okay. Okay. So let's all.
Should we just
reiterate what we
re-rate it?
rated.
Rerate it.
Yeah.
You guys mind?
Just give your numbers. Don't give your explanation. Just give your
Just
numbers.
say the number.
All right. Well, hold on. Draconite, do you remember?
Yeah, 6.
All right.
Hang on. Which
Hojo?
one was that? Oh yeah, the sick one. I gave it a 6.
Hojo, do you remember?
6.
Was he a 6 too?
Hojo.
No, I was making a joke. It was a sick thing, and then somebody said 6,
Uh.
so I said 6.
All right. Well, Hojo's not with us at the moment, but Jessica, do you remember your rating?
I said I put an 8. I think I put.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, Hojo, do you remember?
Yes, I gave it a 4.
All right. I gave it a 4 as well. Magma?
I believe I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 6.5.
All right. Yeah, I do remember that. Tri-Trot
I gave it a 6.
and Turtle. Or do you?
4.
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
one. Okay. All right. So again, I apologize. I missed the average rating, but the average of that, what we tally is a 5.5, which I guess we average up to
Right.
6. I don't know.
Wait,
Or round up to 6. Anyway, that was for the sick one, Ail-icorn,
what
whatever.
was the last rating again?
Uh-huh.
What was the rating for the first one?
The first one, we got a 6.5. So I guess we could round that up to a 7. I think that's what we usually do. Anyway, back to Teacher of the Month. I suppose it's my turn to give my individual rating for that. Again, it just comes down to it being a very bland episode. Like, there's nothing bad. It's just simple. Obviously, it's just some colorful lights for children to watch. Like, that's like, it sounds like really harsh criticism, and it kind of is.
No, it's fair.
But I feel
fair.
bad saying that because even like some of the worst episodes of the show still give us something to talk about, something to explore and argue and discuss. But most of these shorts are just so obviously fodder for children that there's just nothing of value here for adults like us. And
I I will say though, having a toddler, there is some merit to the different kind of colorful lights you shove in front of a toddler.
That's true. I suppose this is a lot better than some of the colorful lights on YouTube.
Hang on, let me see. LSD videos. Let me...
Baby
Alright,
shark,
so-
go die.
So my rating is just below like a meh, which makes it a 4 out of 10 for me. All right, so let's go ahead and calculate our average for this one. Anyone else? Another drum roll for us? There we go. So the average rating for Teacher of the Month from our group is a 6. Or really, it's a 5.9. But did someone just yell at you?
Yeah, it's my dad.
What are you doing?
Hi, Tri-Trot's dad.
Anyway.
Dad, shut up! I'm watching ponies.
So yeah, that one's a
It's loud.
5.9 or a 6.
He hates loud noises, so I would spam like loud music, but no, I can't mic spam in this chat. So
We'll
sorry.
find someone else to do the drum roll next time.
Yeah, please.
Very critical so far of these shorts. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Unfortunately.
mean, they're my biggest criticism is they're too short. You can't expand.
Yeah.
Too
My
short.
weakest, my main criticism is like I'm glad they're short because there's really not that much there.
And I feel bad being so harsh on them. Like again, they're
Yeah,
well
they're
animated
short.
and stuff, right?
I
Anyway,
mean, we're criticizing. We're not criticizing the animation. We're
No.
criticizing the writing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
The writers
so,
should bring great games.
so
Like,
don't,
look at
don't
look at
feel bad
Pixar's
for the
shorts. They're way
animators.
better.
All right. Anyway, we are to the last short for now. There might be another one next week in a few days or so, but for now, our last one is Starlight the Hypnotist.
Oh, I love this one.
Yes,
That was good.
I'm
That one
actually
was actually very
The
good.
best.
I'm actually glad we're
Best.
ending on this one because I liked it as well, and I need one that I like out of the
It was
4.
just good characterization.
Yeah.
But the continuity, though, the continuity.
Yes.
No, I have
Okay.
a headcanon explanation for it.
Let's
I
talk
have a
about the
story.
continuity.
Okay, yes. Let's bring up the continuity first. So it's weird that she is afraid of ladybugs, because she sees the dots as eyes or something. Even though Cadence and her have a song called
this-
"Ladybugs Awake."
The song is easily disputed because maybe Cadence
Yes.
made up the song to help her cope. Like that's my theory.
Yeah.
No, I have
the
my own
breezy-
theory that is even more
breezy-
creative. So I think initially Twilight liked ladybugs and like she thought they were really cute, and so Cadence made the song as like a greeting for it.
Yeah.
But then her older brother, being the amazing older brother he is, teased her in some way or made her afraid.
Well, yeah. She
by
explained
putting really,
it wasn't just that; it was a swarm came into their house.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that combined with
and-
the shining armor.
yeah. I think that maybe it was a misguide. That something happened
Mhm.
in her youth after that song was made, and that made her afraid of them. And
I like the initial theory better.
Actually, I didn't even consider that one turtle, so I like that one as well. Either
I
works.
mean,
for me.
that's plausible, but I like the original one better.
yeah, that's fair. I came up with that one all on my own, so I'm a little mini
By
theorist.
the way, I heard someone for some reason bring up the breezies. That's not a
Yes.
valid
Well, yeah.
complaint. They don't
Yeah.
have
About to get to
dots on
that, I
their
think.
back. They don't have dots on their back. That's
No,
not a
no,
valid
breezies are
complaint.
not.
No.
like-
The problem with the
different.
breezy episode is we see Twilight look at a ladybug in that episode.
Yeah. Because,
Oh,
Yeah,
reason-
ladybugs are like huge.
yeah, but the reason I brought up that in particular is because I saw the anthology short of like the screaming ladybug.
So speaking while we're on the continuity subject, how do we feel about the fact that in the past episode Twilight was fine with ladybugs and now she's not? How do you explain that one away?
I really don't care.
I don't
You don't
care.
care?
I have my
care deeply.
headcanon. I have my headcanon.
What is it?
It is your video is canon now.
No, but
The what
seriously,
video?
we had a couple good explanations for the ladybug song, but there's no good explanation for the fact that Twilight was fine in the breezy episode.
Because they didn't plan to write this short until.
No, we need an in-universe explanation, not they
I'm
just
voting
didn't
that
know.
your short is canon, Little Shy. You are
Okay.
now a creator of My Little Pony.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
The
Okay,
breezy
guys, I-
Now
episode
not
was
confused.
a dream.
Yeah, that never happened. Actually, that's a good theory. That never
Yeah,
happened.
no, I'm fine with that. That's a better
I'm okay
idea.
with that one.
I got
Breezy
something.
episode was a dream.
I have an explanation.
What?
It's contradictory and it's bad writing.
No, I'm said
my-
in universe. In universe, we need an explanation.
Okay, I think I got a good in-universe thing.
There is no
She-
explanation for bad writing.
I think I got a good in-universe. All right,
Maybe
so
Ladybug
what she
was
did
good.
is when they went from breezy to back to ponies, they couldn't see straight.
That
And
feels like
and And she
That's
probably saw a blur.
That's clutching at straws right there, but I might have to agree with you.
No, that's so straw clutchy. No.
But again, I might have to clutch at those straws with you because I don't know what else to
I
do.
refuse. I would much rather just say bad writing in management.
Just disregard the short, maybe.
If you
Maybe.
have to do that much mental gymnastics to explain something,
What if Twilight hypnotized herself to dislike Ladybug?
All they had to do was type in on Derpy Burrow Twilight Sparkle, comma, Ladybug, comma, screenshot, and then hit go, and they would know all previous encounters with Ladybugs between Twilight and the Ladybug. But maybe they're not allowed to use fan sites. I don't know.
No, they're not allowed to use Derpy Burrow.
No, they don't have to search for like fan-made content, just screenshots from episodes. They could use that as a research tool.
Yeah, but they can't. But Derpy Burrow is a fan-made search engine, isn't it?
So they don't have to tell Hasbro how they knew that she saw Ladybug. They could just say, "Oh yeah, remember that episode? I knew about that episode."
I would hope that they would have their own in-house search engine that would
Yeah.
be better findings, but they don't. And let's be honest, there's no way they do.
No, I doubt
Yeah,
it.
they obviously don't use it because we've all obviously seen them just use Google for screenshots for DVDs.
We should. Yeah, well, that's separate. But we should plant fake information on the wiki and see if they use it.
It's a shame, really, because arguably the best short in all of them is no longer canon.
Okay. So again, coming back to a positive, this probably was. Can we agree this was the best short, or do we have any disagreeers?
I agree.
I agree.
I
By far.
agree that it is the best short,
So
but
far.
for me it loses a lot of value
All
by
right.
being technically not making sense because its premise is false.
And again, also, Twilight's already afraid of quesadillas. So if they wanted to have a story about her phobia and being treated by Starlight with hypnosis, they could have done the quesadilla one, right?
They could have just had the thing she'd be afraid. Like she just flies a kite that's a quesadilla at the end.
Yeah, like it would have worked just as well.
You know, let's just do it. Let's just do it in Adobe. Let's just like stamp a quesadilla over all ladybugs. Let's do it.
Yeah, they could have just.
They even have this.
They could have just used the quesadilla thing and just said, instead, it's quesadilla day or something.
Yeah, like
There you
Taco
go.
Tuesday or quesadilla.
I think that we just workshopped a better episode.
That's the thing. That's the problem. Okay, I'm kind of going tangent here, but
Taquitos.
most of season 8 and these shorts, we could all come up with better premises in like 2 seconds. That's the problem with these.
Okay, quick question to everyone in here. Do you think this could have been better as an episode?
Yes.
No, I don't think this one will work as an episode. Actually,
No. This would have dragged way too much.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. It's better as a short.
I mean, they could have used it as part of the episode. Obviously, like, they could have had
Well,
other
if
stuff
this
going
were
on.
like a B plot line, then yeah.
Like if she was organizing some big event and Ladybugs were a part of that event, and she had to get over them to run the event, like that would work as an episode.
It would be a funny running joke, like if like one episode of season 9, she's like, "Oh, ladybugs, don't like them," and like episode 2, there's a ladybug and she glares at it, and like episode 3, she like tells one off for no reason.
You're asking too much of the writers. You're asking too much of the writers to have continuity.
I disagree because we've had so much awesome stuff in the past. But anyway, I want to really briefly interrupt. Rarity Advocate in the chat mentions GM Barrow actually addressed pretty much all these issues on Twitter almost over defensively. Like people were calling them out for not having. Anyway, they said
there's a comment. There's a comment saying GM confirmed they discussed quesadillas.
The writer of this episode, GM Barrow, she actually said that they did consider the quesadilla thing, but decided against it for some reason. That's probably true, but I suspect it's not.
I want them to tweet at me why.
Just drop that and instead take something that completely is just
set
on a false premise.
Why would you decide to drop a better idea for one that actually doesn't
I
make
agree.
sense?
It's a way better idea. Like you can totally have them be ubiquitous. It's no big deal. Just put them in.
But why use an idea
it's fun. See, okay, this is what I was
objectively doesn't make sense.
So this is what I was talking about before. How previous shorts were just boring, nothing to talk about. This one gives us something to talk about, even if we're being overly negative. It was fun.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I agree.
I think this is why it's our favorite one because of course we get all these hilarious faces from Twilight and
that too.
Twilight just being crazy is always fun.
See, that's the problem. The whole thing is actually. For a short, it's really good, but it all falls apart because its premises.
Yeah, it's just that one little plot hole.
But like, okay, so Magma, ignoring that it's ladybugs and just change it in your mind to quesadillas. How does it stack up?
I mean,
that'd be a good episode.
I mean, If that was the case, I would say that it was the best pony short yet.
And,
Okay,
and we
so
do
I
have
think-
a lot of fun stuff here. Like not only Twilight's neurotic craziness making kind of a comeback, but also Starlight being the counselor and Starlight liking kites. Those are all bits of continuity
Yeah.
coming back. That's nice.
Actually,
Why
Pinkie
does she
Pie was
like
the one
kites?
busted in and talking about kites.
Well,
So why does she like kites?
She
It's so-
randomly said, "I like kites" in one episode, and ever since then
Okay.
they've been trying to
Okay.
force it back in. It's kind of
Sure. Whatever, Hasbro. Okay,
Yeah.
you do you. She likes kites.
I think
Whatever.
it was the mod episode. It's like, so what do you
So-
like? I like kites, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's the mod episode.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch that one because I don't remember.
I'm
that,
all
but
for
okay.
it. I'm all for that little.
I'm fine
running
with
gag.
that. I was gonna say, it's just kind of random.
Yeah,
Wait a
I
second,
kinda-
guys.
I do.
Wait a
remember
second.
that
I
thing.
just realized a connection. Holy crap. Okay, so you remember how now she was hypnotized that it's whenever she sees a ladybug, she thinks of kites. Kites flow in the wind when it's breezy. And we're talking about it ain't easy being breezies. It's all
No,
connected.
stop it,
guys.
you
Oh,
Wake up,
okay.
people.
guys. I think he has a
Draconite.
synapse in his brain about Breezy.
Draconite, I think you need help.
Let's hypnotize him.
Well, another thing about this short and like all the other shorts is how it ends. Like, is Twilight permanently hypnotized now? Like, we don't know. She could be. She could be stuck in this daze forever and just always flying kites. Who knows, right?
Yeah, but keep in mind, if they're gonna do that in like an episode, people are gonna get confused because
Yeah,
not everyone watches the shorts.
Well, again, like the
So-
previous short, when she turns into a baby, we never see her turn back. We just kind of assume it worked out in the end, which is almost like a self-aware joke. How things always do work out in the end, and you don't even need to see how it works out. You just know it does. And that's kind of true here.
It'll work itself out in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, why show all those 20 minutes when you can just show the first 3 and people figure out on their own?
They made that joke about the bugbear. It was like,
Yeah.
oh no, a bugbear's attacking Ponyville. Oh, it'll be gone in about 22 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of fun things in this episode. I think we've talked a lot already. Any last remarks before we jump into ratings?
Now let's get to ratings. We spent way too much time talking about this.
But
I,
for
will,
good reason, I think.
I will say my final remark is that ladybugs are not so cheesy, therefore they're not scary.
Ah. All right. Draconite, what'd you think?
Okay, so what I liked about it, like besides the whole ladybug thing, was just the characterization. Like, I think that we had really good characterization from Twilight and Starlight and from Pinkie. I mean, obviously Pinkie Pie, because she's always the same. But with specifically Twilight, like, I don't recall her having. Wait, I shouldn't say because she did have some freakouts with the school. But anyways, like. She had that classic Twilight freak out where she's just
Twilight Nanas.
yeah, Twilight Nanas.
Twilight Nanas.
And then what I liked was like because after after season 6 we didn't see Starlight doing that much crazy magic, so it was cool to see her like experimenting and reading up on magic because that was her whole thing early on. And even though it wasn't spell magic, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And then of course Pinkie Pie's just randomness. XD. It was really enjoyable. I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Hojo, what'd you think?
I loved it. Besides the continuity error, honestly, I couldn't care less. I loved the episode. 10 out of 10.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a short. It's a short.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 10 out of 10 for
No
a short.
episode. It's an episode.
It's a short.
It's
a short
season
episode.
8.5. All right.
10 out of 10.
Jessica, what'd you think?
I have one word to describe this short, and that's relatable. Because, this is gonna sound really strange, but I understand how Twilight feels when it comes to being afraid of an insect that's not harmful. I have a phobia for I won't say what it is, but I have a phobia for another certain bug that's harmless, and because of childhood trauma.
Praying
So
mantis.
I kind of understand where she's going through. So the rest of the episode was fine. Starlight trying to help. I don't think hypnotism would have worked though. I mean, there have been anything else would have worked, but hypnotism just felt like the oddest way to fix a phobia. But yeah, the rest of the short was fine. I was mostly focused on Twilight's fear of ladybugs as it was very relatable to me. So yeah, this was also the faces she makes when she sees ladybugs are so funny. But yeah, this episode was fun, relatable, funny. Yeah, so I'm probably give it like probably a 9 out of 10.
All right, cool. 9 from Jessica. Magma, what'd you think?
Well, overall, the episode was really entertaining.
Episode.
Twilight was sure,
Yes, it's
whatever.
I was saying that too.
It was entertaining. Twilight was adorable, and I just like how Starlight once again decided, hey, I'm gonna solve the problems with mind control. Because that's always the best idea, of course. But yeah, it was entertaining, and that's its biggest strength. But I was gonna give it a 9, but with the fact that it's just a false premise, a premise that cannot occur in universe, it just contradicts canon. Because of that, I have to subtract 2 points, and I can.
Okay.
Well, I think you cut out on my end.
You
What'd
cut
say?
off.
We can do the math. It's 7.
Is that it? 7? All right.
7.
All right, 7 from Magma. Try. What'd you think?
Personally, I think the canon is already destroyed anyway, but whatever. Anyways, I really like this episode. Waiting for anyone to call me out on that. Nope.
At the end,
Okay.
that's all. That's your whole review.
No, we're all people.
We're all on the same page. We like it.
Yeah, I like this episode.
Episode.
Yeah, no, we like calling it episodes too.
Episode.
Yep, I really like this episode, and no, I'm not changing. Lady, I never really even thought about the continuity of the ladybugs. I was actually having fun with this episode.
You're the only one who's
Drink
not
every-
sick in the mud.
Pretty much, yeah. Take a drink every time I said
I don't wanna
episode. By
die.
the way, go.
Little drink, sip of the Kool-Aid.
I'm playing Crash Bandicoot. You.
All right. Let's give him the floor.
But yeah, I like this episode. What more can I say? 8 out of 10. Would watch again.
Cool.
The
Wait, what did you
episode
say?
was such an episode.
8? Okay.
8. Yeah,
All right.
Okay.
this episode was great.
Cool. Turtle, did you see this one?
Yes, I saw this one, and this I have to agree is also my favorite. I really, really liked it. I will say the big thing that stood out to me was the continuity problem. Like, I just the whole time I was thinking, why Ladybug? She likes Ladybug, but why? Aside from like changing the timeline with her experience with an insect, I think just a much easier way to sleep at night is just do a fan edit of this episode and just track Google image results for quesadillas over ladybugs and redub anytime they say ladybugs with her line of saying quesadillas or cheesy. And there, short is now a 10 out of 10. Like,
Okay,
just
but
lazily track Google images over it.
I might try
So,
that.
so okay, so
I might do that.
Do it.
Fluttershy is telling her students to take care of the quesadillas.
Yes, I'm fine with this.
I
Just
support
like put up a
this.
banner in the background that says like quesadilla day or something.
You
Or
know
Taco
what?
Tuesday. I don't
I
care.
approve. I approve.
I approve.
There you go. I
This is
fixed the guys. I fixed the timeline. Don't worry.
All right. Do you have a rating?
Yes, I'm gonna give it a 10 just because I'm
Ooh.
picturing quesadillas in my head.
All right. All right. It's pretty highly rated so far. I suppose it's my turn. Again, I like the return of a few things. Like Starlight as a counselor, I think works well. I like that as for her character. Also, her kite thing is kind of a funny recurring gag. Jessica mentioned hypnosis and how that didn't seem realistic or anything. And I want to point out that this episode does a very cartoonish impression of hypnosis. No surprise there because it's a cartoon. But hypnosis doesn't work in a few seconds, and it also doesn't involve waving a watch in front of someone's face. That's all cartoon stuff, you know. Real hypnosis could actually help Twilight in a situation like this if she's suggestible to it. But anyway, that's another tangent. But that's also, you know, if you want to get really nitpicky, that would be like a sin in one of my videos. Is this isn't how hypnosis works? Ding. But anyway, the big one, of course, being the ladybug. Again, it bothers me way more than it should, and I think that's kind of telling that how much I care too much about this show. Maybe like the lore has to make sense. There must be continuity. Someone like Try who didn't even notice, I envy you, because my first thought after seeing this short was like, wait, has Twilight never encountered a ladybug in the show? So I went to Derpy Buru, searched Twilight Sparkle, ladybug, screenshot, and there it was in the Breezy episode.
I think that's why this bugs us so much is because
When you stop focusing hardcore on the
bugs you.
show, you not notice a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. A lot of the show does stand up to this harsh, nitpicky criticism. That's why we have a brony community, because the grown-ups like the show so much, and it stands up to that sort of thing. Again, my biggest complaint is these shorts, maybe not so much so. The shorts are a lot, obviously, shorter. They're a lot, obviously, targeting younger kids on YouTube. Like, it's YouTube Kids, literally. That's kind of like the worst thing. That's the second worst thing they could have done with the show, first being G4.5.
I do want to say on a mini tangent, though, I handed my phone off to my toddler to let her watch YouTube videos, and she managed to get to the weird, like, YouTube Kids section. And it was so bizarre. Like, there was nothing really bad. Like, it wasn't, like, as bad as, like, what Saberspark featured. Yeah. But it was just weird and questionable. It was like, why does this even exist? This isn't entertaining.
I think they have cracked down a lot on it, but not entirely.
Yeah, they really have.
Like,
and they're cracking down on it
She had only gotten to harmless videos by the time I found her. But, like, it was like, what even is this stuff? It was like the Grinch stealing a Christmas tree, but it was really low budget. I don't really
anyway,
get why.
back to the episode.
Back to the episode.
So yeah, this was easily, as much as I complain, as much as like, oh, these little things that bother me, as much as I do that, it was a really fun short. It like made my day. I woke up, I got out of bed, and it was like the first thing I watched. And again, it made my day. It was a fun short, seeing Twilight act all crazy, a bunch of hilarious faces. I like Starlight. Even the ladybug thing isn't so big if you can just ignore that one little problem. So overall, it's my favorite short, but all that criticism about these shorts being simplified and obviously shortened, and they just don't really feel like, obviously they're not an episode, so they don't feel like an episode. Anyway, long story short, I'm not a fan of these shorts, but this one in particular is one of my favorites, so I give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
Okay, that's all right.
I know. I mean, keep in mind, my baseline is kind of like 5. Like 5 is just meh, and a little below that is bad, and then above that is good. So this is a good short to me. Anyway, let's calculate our average. Anybody else want to do the drum roll?
Here, I'm using my chair this time.
Let me move my Yeti down.
All right, our average for the Starlight the Hypnosis episode, the Starlight the Hypnosis short is a 8.7, which we round up to 9 actually. So there's a pretty high rating.
yay!
I can live with a 9.
That was the average of the 4.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh, average of the 4. Oh, well, no. Well, the 4 don't really have any bearing. It doesn't really matter. We can average them all together after we're done. But anyway, thank you everyone for stopping by. That's going to conclude our review. But we probably will be back. Anybody know if there's more shorts coming? I'm not sure.
Most likely, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think there's like some summer shorts that are coming.
Oh, really?
I'm
Like,
not sure if I hope there will be.
So-
I know for a fact they keep on going with the Equestria Girls
Yeah,
shorts.
that doesn't-
They did a Gamer Girls short recently.
Yeah, I would like to see more pony shorts. Even though I'm all this criticism, I'm still always happy to see new G4 shorts. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so if there's more, we'll either wait for them to finish or we'll wait for 3 at a time. In this case, we had 4, but we'll wait 3 at a time and we'll do more reviews. But anyway, thank you again for stopping by and hope to see you next time, especially for season 9 coming in a few more months probably. So yeah, see you then.
Shorts are
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.